Well, INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner in Benue State, Professor Samuel Egu, has announced postponement of the governorship and state assembly election in Kwade local government area of the state. TVC News senior correspondent Sharon Ijason is standing by to give us update on this development. Sharon, quickly bring us up to speed. What more do we know with regards to this postponement of the election in Kwade local government area?
Yes, here I'm at the INEC office here in Benue State, Makurdi, Nigeria, and it's been a tense moment here at the INEC office. The REC seem to be a little bit disappointed with this development because out of the 23 local government area in the state, that's the only local government where election was not successful, which means that this fallout is what brought about the announcement about 30 minutes ago that the election has been postponed in that local government, and they will actually have to wait for the headquarters to announce another date for the election to take place.
Could you give us a sense of what really happened that led to this postponement?
Yes, what really happened is that there was a printing error on the ballot paper. That printing error did not affect the governorship ballot paper, but however, it affected the constituency ballot papers, which is Kwade East and Kwade West. So it was just a printing error, but the locals of that community insist that they were going to have the election simultaneously. They refused the plea of the electoral officer at the polling units there for them to have the governorship election and at another later date for them to do the state assembly election. They said no, that they would actually want to have the election run simultaneously in the state. It was a printing error on the ballot paper for the state constituency election. For the governorship election, there was no printing error. However, at the palace in the community, it was concluded by the locals that the election should not hold, only if the error is actually rectified.
We saw something similar happen in Rivers State, and we saw the kind of reaction we got from this matter of printing error. What was the reaction of locals to this matter?
For the locals, they are not happy about this development, and INEC is also more disappointed. That is, the resident, the electoral officers are supposed to be on the field. They are even more disappointed because everyone had assumed that because they were in time to start the election, that by tomorrow maybe they would have announced the results. But as it is now, the collation center will be opened by 10 a.m. tomorrow, and after then, the numbers that they will come up with will determine if the suspended election at Kwade local government could determine who the next governor of the state will be or not. If the margin is wide, of course, maybe they might go ahead and there might be a declaration. But all of these decisions is actually in the hands of the electoral commissioner in Abuja. At the state level here, they've already communicated appropriately about the printing error. At the state level here, they cannot make the correction. And even though there was no error on the governorship ballot ballot paper, the locals refused to go ahead with the governorship election. At some polling units, they had already started voting. At some others that were yet to even receive sensitive materials, the community leaders refused INEC officials to move around the local government area. Immediately, they cited that error. So they spoke in one voice, and INEC had to listen. And they've reported to the appropriate authorities. So they actually have to wait, compared to some other states in the country whereby maybe they are going to have their the rescheduled election tomorrow. Here they would actually have to go through a long process of printing. And let me also add this information to you at this point that Kwade local government has about 176,000 eligible voters, and about more than 153,000 persons collected their permanent voters card. So it's a big local government area, even though it's just one out of 23 local government areas. almost all of the electoral officers are are back here at INEC. However, like I said earlier on, by 10 a.m., collation will start here, and they will start to announce results, local government alphabetically. Maybe there will be a declaration. For now, we can't say. The big decision still lies on INEC at the headquarters.
And indeed, we will keep tabs with you, Sharon, for updates from Kwade local government area to know what the decision of INEC will be at the end of the day come tomorrow. Gentlemen, you've heard that report from our